Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Once again, it is Outdoors with Larry Ray, the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio show, coming to you from the spacious studios of the ESPN 790 intercoms. Okay. Also, for you folks in Brownsville, Tennessee, we're at 95.3 or 1520 on the AM dial. And in Jackson, Tennessee, we're on News Talk 101.5, also streaming at WNWS.com from Jackson. So without any more interruption and commercial interruption, the one and only, the outdoor man himself, the oracle of the outdoors, Larry Ray.
All right. Can we get some applause for Frank on that? Wow. No, that just sends goosebumps up my, I mean, if I wasn't in such pain from some other things, it was great, Frank. Thank you. And
You're welcome.
This is Larry Ray talking to you. We're going to have a J.D. What was it? Sumner sang with Elvis, the bass guy.
Well, it's funny when I do the Master National event, and I'm doing the on the PA system, announcing all the dogs and everything.
Yeah.
People all the time come up to me and said, "Do you do radio? I said, "Well,
yes,
occasionally.
You do.
Occasionally,
yes, you do. Once a month." Yes, okay.
It's not my day job, though.
No, it is, or your night job. It's not it. Hey, we're going to close out today's show with a good segment, I think, on something that the TWRA has been doing for several years, and I think it's one of the win-win situations. It's their winter trout stockings program, which started way back in November of this year, late November, and will go on through in some parts of the state until March. But we've already had one stocking of our area. We're getting ready to have another one, and who better to talk to about this subject than our good friend Hunter Henley. He is the TWRA, or the West Tennessee Lakes and Hatchery Manager, and in charge of the winter trout program in our area. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, Larry.
Hey, man. So you guys talk about the program itself and how successful it's been.
Well, Larry, this program it was part of our urban fishing program, and I guess now it's 16 years, I believe.
I think so. Yeah,
somewhere right in there. Yep, that we've been doing this program, and of course, it was smaller back then. It's grown. It's grown to the point that we're stocking 16 locations.
In West Tennessee.
In West Tennessee.
Wow.
And that's 11,750 fish. That's one stocking, and then of course we come back with that same number in January and stock again.
Same locations.
Yeah, same locations, and it's been a huge success, and we've had a lot of participation, and these folks are, they're catching fish, and
they're waiting on you, aren't you? Aren't you a lot of times they are waiting?
They are, Larry. I mean, as a matter of fact, sometimes you have to dodge lures when you pull that plug, when you release them into the pond. So
they're chunking them. They're chunking them in there where the fish are.
They're chunking them at me when I'm, releasing them. And no, that's great though. They're waiting most of the time. And
so what are we putting in? What are we putting in? I mean, and where are they coming from?
They're coming from about probably the vast majority of them are coming from one of our TWRA cold water hatcheries, Flintville Hatchery.
Okay, all right.
And then there's another portion of them that comes from Dale Hollow, Federal Fish Hatchery.
And these are rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout,
and they're eating size. I mean, they're catching size.
Oh yeah. This the lot of fish that we've already stocked here. Recently, they were running somewhere around 2.6 to 3, to the pound. So, yeah, they're edible.
They're edible.
They're ready to catch, and fortunately for us, we were able to get these fish stocked, without having weather issues and other issues. And so we had a successful first stocking. And
well, I'm looking at this, and I can't believe before you finish this that I'm looking at on December the 4th. Okay, December the 4th, you were at Shelby Farms, Cameron Brown, Edmund Orgel, Bolivar Park, Johnson Park Lake in Collierville. All was all on one day. And then the next day on the 5th, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 stockings on December the 5th.
That's correct.
How in the world do you do 9 stockings in one day?
Yeah, well, sometimes it's a logistical challenge, but we've got this thing figured out, Larry. We've been doing this for a long time, and we have, fortunately for us, we have 5 different hauling vehicles, and it just requires making a couple trips a day.
Okay, so you got 5 hauling vehicles capable of holding X number of trout
That's correct.
that has been shipped, and you hope they're alive. And you get them over here, and so you're like the railroad conductor. You're looking to where they're going and what time they need to be there, and hope they don't run into each other on the road somewhere.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's a puzzle, isn't it? Isn't it a puzzle?
Yes, it is. And we haul these fish from Dale Hollow and Flintville, and we actually hold them there at our hatchery, Humboldt Hatchery, and we'll hold those fish usually, around a month or so, and we feed them.
Really?
And,
okay.
And so, from there, when we first started this program, we hauled all the way from Dale Hollow and Flintville the day of, and that was just too much.
Oh my goodness!
Getting home at midnight.
Yeah.
But no, we've got it fine tuned and refined, and so it works out real well now, and but it's a great program. I mean, it provides fishing opportunity, a winter fishery. Fishing slows down in the winter. Yeah. And, provides a good, winter fishing opportunity, and for a species that, normally we wouldn't have, any other time of the year.
And you have to have a trout stamp, right?
That's correct.
That's the only thing you really, besides the
the sportsman's license holder, they don't have to have the trout stamp. If you're carrying an annual hunting and fishing, the Type 01,
okay,
you will need the Type 22
Type 22
to go along with that.
To go along, and the limit is what?
7 per day.
7 per day, and I've been there, and I've seen people catch 7 per day. I've seen people catch 7 per 30 minutes.
That's correct.
I mean, I don't know what the quickest is that anyone's ever got a limit of these trout, but it would probably go in the Guinness Book of Records. And
right.
And I've noticed that Arkansas does this too, and we want to throw that in for those folks over the Arkansas Game and Fish. They've been able to do this, but I think Tennessee was one of the front runners of this. And I'm looking at our lakes. Let's look in for January. So on January let's look in here. January the 8th, they're going to be at Shelby Farms, Cameron Brown, Edmund Orgel, Johnson Park Lake. And several other stops. And you'll be the next day, you'll head on out to Davies Plantation, Yale Road Park, all these different places. So the second stocking will be the same number as the first, right?
That's correct.
And these fish will live as long as the water temperature is what? What do you think?
As long as when you start getting up into the mid 60s, you start getting a little stressed. But one thing that I want to bring out too, Larry, is that most of these fish are getting caught.
They are.
They're absolutely, there is not much
left.
There's not much of anything left. By the time our water temps get there. So in that range. So that's another good, that's a plus too. So.
Well, it's just a wonderful program, Hunter. I appreciate you. And I'm assuming they can go to tnwildlife.org.
Yes, tnwildlife.org, and you can go fishing and
click on
and then click on trout stockings, and it'll pull up a list, all over the state.
Yeah.
But you can refine it to West Tennessee.
Yeah, and
it'll have directions and all to all these facilities. So.
Well, it's a wonderful program. Thank you, Hunter, for being with us this morning, folks. Again, that's tnwildlife.org. Appreciate you, buddy, and wish you and your family. Tell your dad hello for us and Merry Christmas to all you guys. Okay.
Sure thing, Larry. You too.
All right, buddy. Thank y'all. All right. Hunter Henley, TWRA Lakes and Trout and Hatchery Manager. Let me talk about next week's show. It's that special show. Not that all shows aren't special, but it's our pre-Christmas show. We're going to talk to John Berry. You know we're going to talk to John Berry of the Berry Brothers Guide Service based out of Cotter, Arkansas. He always has great Christmas memories of fishing with his late brother Dan. And then we're going to talk to the most recent BASS Bass Angler champion, and that's Matthew Robertson, who recently clinched a berth in the 2019 Bassmaster Classic. And you know where that classic's going to be, don't you, Tennesseans? It's going to be right there in Knoxville, right on the Tennessee River. Yes, right next to Neyland Stadium. And we're going to close out the show next week with a one-on-one with our good friend Mark Rose, as he's dealing with a little tendinitis and things that a lot of you folks don't realize how tough it is to be a professional angler. But he was pretty good this year, Angler of the Year in the FLW. And we'll have Ron Wong in from his duck hunt, which I can't wait to hear about.
Better have a picture is all I can say.
That's all Frank says. And, of course, Bill Cooksey will be with us from the Vanishing Paradise. Frank, I know that you guys are open all over today on the 15th.
8 o'clock at all locations.
At all locations, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock this morning at all locations, none of which Frank will be at because he'll be in the duck blind, right?
As soon as we wrap up this show, I'm going to head out.
And tell me one more time now, who's wearing Prime 1 camo?
My good friend Steve Lackey.
Let it go, Steve Lackey. All right. Is he a former Razorback?
Yeah, he's a Razorback guy.
He's a Razorback guy. Okay, Steve. We've got
he heard me talking about Stacy Walker and Prime 1, and I thought he was going to order something for Gail, and next thing I know, he's wearing it.
Next thing we know, somebody else may be wearing it.
I'll be wearing mine when I'm going to compete with him.
Okay.
He doesn't know I've got it, though.
Now, no, he won't know this morning. All right. Thank you, Shelby McCall, for taking care of this. Is Larry Ray. Remind you I do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport, and
God bless the USA.